So the news came out a few days ago that we're going to be seeing Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis in Atlanta, Georgia on November 14th on Netflix, right? And I'm just absolutely amazed. Now, Gervonta Davis walks around at about 150-something pounds. He fights at 133. His last weigh-in was at 133.8 pounds. Jake Paul walks around at about 230 pounds, and his last weigh-in was 199.4. All right? Gervonta Davis is 5'5". Jake Paul is 6'1". Look, Jake Paul has always had the stigma around him of never being a real boxer, okay? Everybody knows that either this dude pays his opponents to take the fall, or just a weird adaptation of circumstances happen to where Jake Paul wins his fight, such as fighting Mike Perry, who is in 2 weight classes below him, who took the fight on short notice, beating up Mike Tyson. Do I even need to delve into that fight? Trying to fight Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz has been in the UFC for how long? He is like the poster child of CTE. There are CTE montages of Nate Diaz, okay? So that's just like the problem with Jake Paul as it is. But the dude is filthy rich. The dude is absolutely filthy rich. And honestly, he's been chasing this boxing dream since 2020. Since 2018, actually, because he had an amateur bout in 2018. But professional bouts, if you want to call it that, right? He's been having those since 2020. So this dude has been having the prime boxing camps. He trains with Dewey, one of the most esteemed boxing coaches that we have ever seen, right? This dude's training camps probably cost multi-million dollars. Now, I have the same thing to say about Gervonta Davis. Dude came up fighting under Floyd Mayweather, was with the money team and stuff like that. He broke off from the money team and started to do his own thing. He's been absolutely going through a tear. His last fight was a decision, a controversial one at that, against Lamont Roach. Now, everybody thought that Tank Davis was going to be fighting Lamont Roach next. Obviously not. My boy said, hey, you guys want me to fight a dude who just gave me the hardest fight of my career? No, I'm going to fight a dude who's way bigger than Lamont Roach with a bigger bag, and honestly, it probably is going to end in Tank's demise anyway. When my friend told me about this fight, well, I learned about it first and told him, he was amazed that I thought that Gervonta Davis is going to lose. And I'm just confused here. Do you guys seriously think that a dude who weighs 5'5" and weighs in at 133 pounds can beat a dude who has similar skills, right? Okay, believe it or not, Tank Davis is a pro boxer. Wow, whoop-de-doo. Where did I pull that information out of? Okay, Jake Paul has the access to the same amenities, the same training camps, the same physical, the same conditioning coaches, the same nutritionists that Gervonta Davis does, okay? At some point, the knowledge is just there for you to obtain, okay? Now, I'm going with the bigger fighter here. I understand. Skills pay the bills, E-Rock. Skills pay the bills. Gervonta Davis is a real boxer. He's a thoroughbred, true blood boxer. Jake Paul is just buying his way through the sport to get accolades, right? And I understand that. I get that. But are we just overlooking the fact that Jake Paul is younger, bigger, stronger, taller than Gervonta Tank Davis? And the dude who is bigger, stronger, taller, faster, well, not faster, bigger, stronger, taller, is the underdog. I'm just a little confused here, right? At school, in high school, in college, at a bar, if you saw a dude who is 5'5", picture a dude who is 5'5", seriously, facing off against a dude who is 6'1", almost weighs 100 pounds more than him. You are going to laugh at the dude who is 5'5" unless he is armed. Right? Am I wrong? Am I seriously wrong here? I don't understand where you guys are getting the notion, where DraftKings, where Vegas, where these sports betting lines are getting the notion that Tank Davis is going to win this fight. I don't see Tank Davis winning this. Now, everybody's been calling me crazy. Everybody's been calling me crazy ever since I've been bringing this up. Okay? What are you talking about? Tank is going to wait for him to throw a punch, a hook. He's going to slip the hook and crack him in the body. And Jake Paul's going to shrivel up and fall onto the floor. Do you guys think that Tank Davis hits harder than Mike Perry? Be honest. Be absolutely honest here. No! No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He does not. Absolutely not. Jake Paul should be the favorite, okay? Him being the underdog, okay, I think might be contractually obligated, okay? I think him being the underdog might be contractually obligated, okay? There's no possible way where you guys really think Tank Davis, a dude who is literally 5'5", is going to beat up a dude who is 6'1" and almost has 100 pounds on Tank Davis, okay? For example, Jake Paul last weighed in at 200 pounds. Tank Davis last weighed in at 133. You don't think Jake Paul walks around at 230, 240? You have absolutely lost your mind. Now, we don't know what weight class this fight is going to be in, so that might be a point of contention, right? This fight could be at 145 pounds for all I know, okay? But I don't think so. I think this fight's going to be closer to like 170, 185. 170, 185, maybe even 175, 180. Somewhere in between that range, okay? We know that this is going to be on November 14th. This is going to be on Netflix, okay? There is no specifics about what this is going to be. It doesn't say 12 2-minute rounds, 12 5-minute rounds, nothing. Absolutely nothing. We have no idea what it's going to be. We have no idea how many ounces the gloves are going to be. This just got announced. And I am just a little frustrated with how you guys are portraying a dude who is like I actually am amazed that he is the favorite. Actually, I wanted to make this video a little sooner, but I was getting things together with like stream and stuff like that. But this is absolutely insanity to me. Absolutely insanity. And if you look at their last 5, now I'm not comparing Jake Paul's last 5 opponents in skill level compared to Gervonta Davis's last 5. Lamont Roach Jr. and Ryan Garcia, 2 out of the 5 people that Gervonta Davis fought in his last 5, don't even, like, the people that Jake Paul have on his resume don't even stack up to Ryan Garcia. Okay, let's just be honest, or Lamont Roach. Now, I know I said Mike Perry's on there, and if you're a fan of the channel, I hold Mike Perry extremely high, but he doesn't have the accolades that these dudes have. Let's just be completely honest with ourselves, all right? But I do seriously see Jake Paul brutally winning this. Now, if Jake Paul wins this, nobody could say he's a fake boxer anymore, boys. He got it. He got it. Word is that he's going to win this fight. If he wins this fight, he's going to be fighting Anthony Joshua next. So you're fighting a 133-pounder, and then you're going to move up and fight a heavyweight. Okay. I mean, I see it. You're just like, listen, I want them all. I want them all. Big, small, bad, whatever, bro. Bring the toughest dude over here, and we will fight for the belt. That's essentially what's going on in Jake Paul's mind, and I get it. He is buying his way to respect. Do you understand that? But now if Jake Paul goes out there and gets absolutely beat up, if Jake Paul goes out there and gets dog walked by a dude who is 5'5" and almost 100 pounds smaller than him, he will be the laughingstock. Everything that he has done, I heard Dean Thomas say this, right? And he's right. If Jake Paul loses, everything that he has done, beating Anderson Silva, beating Tyron Woodley, beating Tyron Woodley again, beating Nate Robinson, you know what I mean? This little resume that you have acquired through wealth and payments, right? Not saying that he pays his opponents, but like, what other organization is platforming you? You're bankrolling your own rollouts and stuff like that, essentially, is what I'm saying. You're going to lose that reputation 100%. 100%. But on the flip side, if he wins this, it's going to be like, whoa. In my personal opinion, at least, it's going to be like, whoa, but I mean, the dude weighs 100 pounds less than you, Jake. So if you take this fight to decision, I mean, I don't think very highly of you as an MMA artist, period. But if you take this fight to decision, I mean, there's going to be no explaining this. The dude is 100 pounds smaller than you. You are essentially a heavyweight. You should be able to just brute force through his guard. Okay? All right? I don't know if this fight is even going to actually happen. I have a feeling that Tank might pull out of this because he's getting all this backlash, all right? But he also might say, I'm making $50 million, all right? I will go fight Jake Paul.